The Mafia family that even the FBI couldn't touch. While America's toughest mob bosses were wiretapped, indicted, or gunned down, one family built a global empire and walked free. FBI agents called them untouchable. Insiders called them governments in suits. Who are they? This is the story of the Contrera Caruana clan. While most Sicilian mafia bosses in the 1950s were fighting turf wars in back alleys, the Contrera Caruanas decided to play a different game. They went global. They understood early that real power wasn't just in bullets. It was in shipping routes, airports, and balance sheets. They started small, in Siciliana, Sicily, but quickly realized Sicily alone couldn't hold them. So they moved to Canada, embedding themselves in Montreal's construction and import sectors. From there, they expanded into Venezuela, using fake businesses, shipping docks, and even diplomatic cover to carve out entire trafficking corridors. By the 1980s, they weren't just moving drugs. They were managing logistics for Colombian cartels, financing shipments, providing safe houses, and laundering billions through fake oil contracts, bogus hotels, and agricultural firms spread across Latin America. At their peak, investigators say they controlled up to 40% of Europe's cocaine flow. But here's the twist. They didn't look like gangsters. They looked like businessmen. Every cousin had a company. Every sibling had a bank account. Every city had a proxy who handled bribes, logistics, and counter-surveillance. Police in Italy once found entire maps of their global organization, like warehouses, airport insiders, encrypted relays spanning 4 continents. And yet, when major players like Pasquale Contrera or Joseph Caruana were arrested, the machine never stopped. It simply shifted. A new branch would take over. A new name would appear on the paperwork. Assets would already be buried in offshore banks. The family didn't crumble because it wasn't a pyramid. It was a web. And webs don't fall with one cut. And while other mafia dynasties collapsed from FBI infiltration, betrayal, or violent infighting, the Contrera Caruanas quietly funneled their profits into real estate portfolios, political donations, and international trade zones. They weren't just laundering money. They were buying influence. They were buying silence. Even the FBI, with all its power, couldn't touch them. Every time law enforcement tried to build a case, the evidence had already moved through layers of companies, offshore trusts, and legal gray zones. By the time prosecutors issued warrants, the trail was cold. This is why agents started calling them untouchable. And here's the scary part. They became the blueprint. The Calabrian 'Ndrangheta, now worth over $60 billion a year, copied their model. The Russian Bratva, fusing crime with ex-KGB protection, learned from them. Even the Inzarello-Gambino alliance in New York and Sicily perfected this style, turning mafia families into multinational corporations. Because the Contrera Caruanas proved one thing. When crime learns how to wear a suit, carry a passport, and hide inside global finance, law enforcement becomes irrelevant. Think about that for a second. The FBI could take down Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, and John Gotti. But when the mafia traded Tommy guns for tax lawyers, it became untouchable. So here's a quick question. Can a mafia family that owns banks, airports, and governments ever be brought down?